Assalamu alaikum, how are you everyone? I hope all of you doing well. Welcome back with Mr. Mual JB. Today I'm gonna explain Ielts listening test in details. What is Ielts listening test? First of all, let's discuss Ielts listening test format. Time of the test 40 minutes, 30 minutes plus 10 minutes to transfer your answer to the answer sheet. Parts, we have 4 parts or 4 sections. Part 1 and Part 3 are dialogues, whereas 2 and 4 are monologues. This means in Part 1 and Part 3 we have 2 people are talking or more, but in Part 2 and Part 4 there's one guy talking. Number of questions, 40 questions, 10 questions in each part. Answers come in order. So we will not have the answer of a question 3 before answer of a question 2, and so on. Ielts is the same for general training and for the academic type. Same spelling can be used both British and American. Answer sheet has 2 sides, one for listening and other one for reading, so that we have to be careful. What are the accents used in the Ielts test? A range of English accents are used. It may be English, British, or American, or Australian, or etc. You will hear the text once only. The recording will not be repeated. Band score range from 0 to 9, no failing grades. Ielts listening types of questions. What are types of questions in Ielts listening? First of all, notes, summary, table, flowchart, sentence completion. There are questions of multiple choice, short answer questions, labeling a diagram, plan, or map. Classifications, classify the information, and we have matching. Then we have what we call Ielts listening tips and tricks. What are the tips and tricks to help us in Ielts test? Think about the most important tips and tricks that students need to know to do better in Ielts listening test. I'll start one by one and explain one by one. Number 1, understanding the context, who the speakers are and what are they talking about. Number 2, keywords, read the keywords. Read the questions carefully and underline the key words. We have to underline them to remember that. Multi-skill, which means read the questions, listen and take notes at the same time. Word count. Pay attention to the number of words you need to write. In the question itself, they write for you no more than 1 word or no more than 2 words with number and a number or a number. Spelling. Always check your spelling. Spelling is very important. If you have misspelling, then you will lose the mark. Capitalization. Capitalize when necessary, like days of the week and names of cities or countries, like this. Name of months of the year, like this. Paraphrasing. Most of questions and keywords will be paraphrased. It means that they will not give you the same word. It will give you a paraphrased answer in different words. Identifying speakers. This might help you understand the recording. Avoiding distractors. Cross out the incorrect answers. You listen. Because when you listen, for example, they give you some wrong answers and they try to distract you to confuse you with with the correct answer. Identifying function, which means reach a decision whether the speakers agree or disagree, because sometimes we are listening to something and one of the speakers gives suggestions but the other speakers refuse or disagree about this uh, suggestion. Signposting words. Speakers often use signposting words to move from a topic to another or to help connect their ideas, which means they say, however, then they change to another topic, or but, this means they change the mood of the context. So we have to keep tracking. Mistakes. Now we will discuss the mistakes candidates make while doing a listening test. What are what are the wrong practices that IELTS candidates make when they do listening tests? Not using a pencil. You have to write notes. Not using the listening answer sheet during the training. While you're training, before you do the formal test, you have to use the answer sheet to evaluate yourself. Not writing, not write, not writing the answer in their right boxes. So we have to be very careful. Don't write the answer of number 10 in the box of number 9, and so on. Not using the time given to read ahead. When you have a time, they will give you 40 seconds like this. You have to read ahead. Not taking notes to avoid distractors. It's important to write and take notes. Incorrect spelling. Grammar mistakes. So instead of writing a noun, you write a verb or adjective, and this is considered wrong. Read the options in the MCQ. Read them while listening, which means why before listening multiple choice questions, just read the questions. But while listening, you have to read the answers. Losing concentration and tracking. Sometimes you panic because you are following the speakers to track or to get to catch the answer, but you cannot. So don't lose your concentration. Leaving an answer blank. Leaving an answer blank. You should guess. If you missed any answer, you should not leave it blank. Just write any answer that you guess in the space. Transferring the answers in the answer sheet during listening part. While you're listening to answer parts, don't transfer the answer to the answer sheet. There will be 10 minutes by the end of the test to write your answers in the answer sheet. The last part we're going to discuss today how to improve listening in general. Think of the sources and tips to improve the listening skills in general, not for the test. Listen on a daily basis. Make it a habit for you. Listen every day, everywhere. Listen passively without even focusing on much details, as if you listen to some songs and some radio programs. Some sources. This I attach to you some sources to improve your listening. By this, I hope we had covered the most important details about IELTS listening test in details. Thank you very much. If you like the video, click like and don't forget to subscribe my channel and turn on notifications. Thank you very much, everyone.